Welcome back to Ruthless Metal, and in today's video we're going to try something new here on the channel, because we're going to rank some albums from worst to best, and I've decided to call this series Rank 'Em All, so I thought it would make sense to kick this series off by ranking Metallica's full discography. And I'm not yet sure if I'm going to make more videos in this series, but if you guys are interested in it, I can definitely rank some more albums. So let me know down in the comment section which band I should rank next, and hit that like button and subscribe so you won't miss out when I upload more metal videos here on the channel. And now it's time to rank Metallica's albums. The worst Metallica album of all time is 2011's Lulu, and this was a collaboration with Lou Reed, so maybe it shouldn't even be in this video. But it's the worst album that I've ever heard by a band that I used to respect. It's just a horrible mess of an album, a full-on assault on your ears, so avoid this one at all costs. In 11th place we have another stinker, and it's Saint Anger from 2003. And it's known for having the worst snare drum sound ever recorded by humans. Saint Anger was just a horrible sounding record overall, and it's an album that you should avoid at all costs. It might just be the worst metal album that I've ever heard. I know I ranked Lulu lower, but it's not really a metal album, which I guess we can call this terrible mess of an album. It was a shock to me that the band could sink this low when it came out in 2003. And in 10th place we have Reload, which was part of their 90s alternative rock period. So it's not really a metal album per se, but if you're into grunge or alternative rock in general, then this album might be for you. But for metalheads, I would definitely say that you should skip this one. In 9th place we have Load, and it's more of the same kind of radio rock of the 90s. And I bought this album when it was released back in 96, and it was a bit different from their last album, which was the Black Album, and this one is more radio friendly. And it was also here that Metallica started to explore more with a rock-oriented sound. So I would suggest that you skip this album as well, if you're a metal fan. In 8th place we have Death Magnetic, and it was on this album that Metallica started to understand that maybe they should focus more on what made them the biggest metal band in the world, instead of doing just rock songs. And Death Magnetic was more metallic than their last 3 albums that came before it. But it's still a rather weak album in my opinion. And in 7th place we have their latest album, which is Hardwired to Self-Destruct. And I think that they continued on building on the sound of Death Magnetic on this record. It's their most metal sounding album in 25 years or so. Still, it's a highly average release. In 6th place we have Garage Inc., and this is a double album filled with covers. So it's nothing original, but the songs that they were playing here are better than all the albums that followed it. So this one is quite hard to rank, but if you're a fan of the band, then I'll suggest that you check it out, especially for all the cool new album covers on it. In 5th place we have their best-selling record to date, which is the self-titled Black Album. And you guys all know Enter Sandman and Nothing Else Matters and all those cheesy mega hits, which I would be happy if I never heard them ever again, but there are some deeper tracks on this record that are worth checking out, like Of Wolf and Man or Through the Never, which sounds a bit like it could have been on Injustice for All. And My Friend of Misery also has a pretty cool bass intro. In 4th place we have Injustice for All, and this is in my opinion their last great album. The songwriting is top notch, and the songs are a bit longer and more progressive here than on their earlier records. The production is a bit flat though, but otherwise it's a solid thrash record that I bet you guys have already heard by now, but if you haven't, then you should definitely check it out. And it was also the band's first album without Cliff Burton, and he's definitely missing here since there is more or less no bass on this record. In 3rd place we have Metallica's debut album Kill 'Em All, and this was definitely their most groundbreaking album. They more or less created the thrash metal genre with this one, and It has cool songs like Metal Militia, Whiplash, Hit the Lights, and the bass solo, Anesthesia Pulling Teeth. So it's a legendary album that all fans of thrash metal should have in their collection. The second best Metallica album is, in my opinion, Master of Puppets. They really show their musicality with this album. The instrumental Orion is probably the best song that they ever wrote. But it also features great tracks like Battery, Master of Puppets, Damage Inc., and Disposable Heroes. It's just an iconic metal album that all metal fans should be into. Even if Metallica has more or less sucked for the last 30 years, this is an album worth paying attention to. And the number one Metallica album is, in my opinion, Ride the Lightning from 1984. And this is their second studio album, and when you put it against other 1984 albums, this one stands out as being way ahead of its time. And it's also a very strong album overall. And you know, when Fade to Black is the worst song on the album, it's a remarkable album. Creeping Death, Fight Fire with Fire, and Ride the Lightning are superb songs. And Escape and Trapped on the Rise are kind of deep cuts on the album, but they are also brilliant. Even if I know that James Hetfield holds Escape as one of his least favorites. And Ride the Lightning is also one of the best thrash metal albums of all time, so for me it was a given winner. And I didn't rank the S&M album, since it's just a live album with some background orchestrated noise more or less. But let me know what you guys thought of this list down in the comment section below. Do you agree with me, or does your list look a bit different? Let me know. And if you liked this video and want me to rank some more albums, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And feel free to let me know whose discography I should rank next. And if you think that my content is worth your while, then you can become a Patreon and support the channel that way. And get your name in one of my videos, like these gentlemen. And go and grab yourself a cool metal shirt in the Ruthless Metal store. I have uploaded some new shirt designs, so check them out. And you can join the Legions on Spotify, Discord and Facebook. And that's it, folks. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.